what an incredible 2 days at the Miami Beach Convention Center with all of you. I'm a bit speechless. I don't know how many speakers can come out here and say, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305, football, open for them. And I think I'm going to go home and tell everyone about that. What an incredible day. We are here for the finale, the magic, the real heart and soul of eMerge Americas. The relationships, the community, the global network is what makes the Startup Showcase what it is. And I am so excited to be back on stage as your MC and host for this final session. This is the 3rd year in a row that BIP Ventures has partnered with eMerge, and I can't wait to get this started. Over the past couple days, the founders have gone through an intensive on-site training, and the 6 weeks have all culminated here today. We have the amazing 25 pitches that happened on the Launchpad stage, if you saw that out there, and 5 were selected to come pitch on stage today. It is a remarkable accomplishment for all of these startups that pitched and put everything out there. So I hope every single one of you will get loud, turn it up to 11 for every single one of these pitches today. It's hard to get out here, and they're giving it their all. So what we'll do from here is each startup will have 4 minutes to pitch. The judges will then have 4 minutes to ask questions. They'll go backstage and deliberate as well. They have a blank check, and they'll write this today for $520,000 investment prize. So we've got to get the show started. We have judges backstage, and I'm going to introduce them and welcome them to the stage to get this started. First up, I'd like to introduce and welcome to the stage Mark Flickinger, General Partner and Chief Operating Officer of BIP Ventures.
Thank you, Tami.
All right, next, let's welcome to the stage Maria Derchi, VP of Platform for Florida Funders. Welcome. Next up to the stage, I'd like to welcome Alexandra Wilkis Wilson, co-founder and managing partner of Clerisy. Thank you. Thank you. And our final judge for this evening, please welcome to the stage Raul Henriquez, partner of Medina Ventures. All right, let's get the show started. Judges, have a seat. We're going to have some fun. So get loud, and let's welcome up your first startup to the stage from the university, AutoCAD.
Good afternoon, eMerge America. My name is Charles Masters Rodriguez, and I'm the founder and CEO of AutoCAD, where we're preparing the way auto shops order parts. Now, for the last 5 years, I bootstrapped my automotive wholesale distribution company from 0 to a couple million in revenue. And as I did this, I noticed a huge gap in the market for both auto parts suppliers like myself and the auto shop customers that I care so deeply about. Now, 50% of all auto shops in the US are owner-operated. And these small auto shops owners struggle on a daily basis to order parts. It's time consuming. On average, they spend around 6 hours per week ordering parts. They have tight margins as it is, with only a 6% net take home for the year. And they face huge out of stock issues because of a fragmented supply chain. So they're barely staying above water here. In terms of the solution, it's an intuitive B2B marketplace to purchase from auto parts suppliers directly. This saves them more time, giving them back 24 hours, a full day to their monthly schedules, higher margins with a 10% increase, and now they can find all their parts in stock with a one-stop shop marketplace that has AI automation procurement systems and data analytic dashboards that can help them run their business. Now, the product is a multi-sided platform that makes B2B e-commerce easy for auto shops and auto suppliers to do business with one another. The auto shops can search and purchase their products, and the auto suppliers get more leads and better sales. So it's a win-win for both parties. Now, the business model is simple: a 10% transaction fee for suppliers and a monthly subscription for shops to help them grow their business. They can start with the free and then go into the advanced package that includes those data analytic dashboards and AI automation procurement systems. Now, the market is massive. It's a $75 million serviceable addressable market with over 300,000 auto shops in the US alone, 20,000 in Florida, and 2,000 in South Florida. This is definitely a scalable consumer trend. Now, in terms of traction, we've hit the ground running. We have 5 auto suppliers and over 100 auto shops on the wait list ready to go. We have incorporated, trademarked, and we're on set for our MVP launch of May 1st. Now, my automotive distribution company will be the first supplier onboarding at the state. Now, in terms of the go-to-market, the automotive industry is all about relationships, and that's why we're starting strong with direct sales and leveraging the partnerships that I currently have, like those with Stellantis. Then moving into some of the biggest trade shows in the automotive industry, like the SEMA show, developing that community, and then going straight into some of the biggest social media channels that are successful in the automotive industry, like YouTube. Now, in terms of projections, we are set to be the most lucrative investment in your portfolio, as our net revenue shows $50 million by year 5. And that's not including any of the additional revenue streams, such as direct-to-consumer, auto shop subscriptions, and then other business automotive services. Now, in terms of the competition, we're built from the bottom up with small business in mind. Amazon and eBay are actually hurting some small businesses because they're taking upwards of 50% of revenue from some of these auto suppliers. Advanced Auto Parts is only doing B2C, and then Parts Tech and Nextpart do B2B. They're auto niche, but they're leaving B2C off the table, and they're not at all convenient to use. In terms of our secret sauce, we streamline the procurement process for these auto shop owners while decreasing the level of the middleman in between, completely eliminating them. Now, in terms of the team, we're veteran-owned. I have 5 years' experience as an auto parts supplier, an expert in e-commerce and marketplaces, graduate from West Point, FIU MBA, and a former Army diver. My COO, CTO, Chris Stewart, the peanut butter to my jelly, or since we're in Miami, la croqueta de mi cortadito, aquí. 20 years experience, corporate business, IT, cybersecurity, graduate from the Naval Academy, and NYU MBA Stern, and also a former Navy pilot. So Army and Navy in the building. In terms of funding, we are raising $1.5 million to help 5,000 auto shops, 100 auto suppliers, and to reach $2 million in annual recurring revenue, in addition to that $50 million net projected revenue by year 5. With that, thank you, and please join the auto parts revolution with AutoCAD.
Judges, you've got the stage.
Sure, so I'll start. Great presentation, and congratulations for making this far. Marketplaces are inherently difficult because you got to bring 2 sides of it. I think understanding what you're doing, I understand the auto shop side of it and how convenient it is for them. But from a supplier side, you mentioned sort of lead generation as the advantage from a supplier's, but I guess 2 questions around the supplier. What problems are you solving for the supplier other than just leads, in terms of, you mentioned earlier a problem being out of stock? Like, is this platform allowing more product to move faster for some reason, is one question. And the second question, are they contributing at all? Like, do they have to give anything up or pay you guys for those leads in terms of pricing and revenue?
So in terms of that first question, in terms of the auto suppliers, and me coming from the auto supplier side, there's really a gap between trying to find new auto shops to target, right? And that's what we're trying to build. We're really trying to build an ecosystem for these auto shops and suppliers to connect. Like people or Armando said, like, cars bring people together, and that's what we're trying to do with this marketplace, while also, creating an economy of itself within the local supply chains of automotive. In terms of your second question, sir?
Second question was just, are the suppliers paying? I thought I saw a 10% component to the suppliers.
Yeah, a 10% transaction fee is what we have planned. Now, obviously, with developing the MVP, we're listening to our customers, both the auto shop owners and then auto suppliers like myself. I would be willing to pay that 10% transaction fee, but it might become an ARR play, in the future, where it's like a Costco play if it's like $500 a year, and then you get all these auto shops and customers. But we're willing to pay in terms of that just to get those leads and extra sales.
I'll jump in. Great job, thank you. With this round, what kind of runway will that give you? How long will the funds last you?
Give us about 2 years, 2-year runway approximately.
And when do you estimate break even?
When do you estimate what now?
Profitability.
So the thing with profitability is, right, if we want to scale the way we want to, we don't foresee ourselves trying to be profitable. The real big thing is conquering market share and scaling, right? Now, with the financial model that we have, we're very flexible in terms of profitability. We could be profitable with those 5,000 shops and 100 auto suppliers, but we won't scale into the market that we're trying to build.
On the distribution side, and congratulations to you both for making it this far. Who's responsible for, customer service to ensure that everything is going according to plan? And beyond that, are you shipping globally? And have you thought about the difficulties of expanding into different markets beyond the U.S.?
Yeah, 1,000%. So as we're sharing this breakdown, I think we said a huge part of our spending is going to be in customer success and retention, because we want to decrease that churn rate as much as possible, because we're really trying to build a solution for the customer that makes sense. And in terms of expanding to other supply chains, that's exactly what we want to do, right? We want to start local in the South Florida area, and if we're able to mimic that and do well here, then expand to major cities that mix in with that, like LA, New York City, and then also into the local supply chains of Mexico, South America, and then expand into Europe. I think what we're seeing right now is there's a huge basically fragmentation with the market because of EV, because of hydrogen power now, because of diesel and fuel vehicles, and there's 30,000 parts to one single vehicle of a year of a brand. So we're already seeing problems with the Cybertruck and Tesla, where they're having to extend their date lines and they're missing their deadlines. So we really want this to take over into the future for the world.
All right. Thank you so much. We're out of time, unfortunately. Thank you very much. Well done.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. Welcome to the stage, our second startup from the early stage group, Fluix.
Hi, I'm Abhi Sastry. I'm the CEO and founder of Fluix, where we built an eco AI to save facilities up to 40% in energy costs. What facilities are we interested in? Mission critical ones. Data centers are projected to consume 20% of the world's power consumption by 2040. And a lot of people don't know that for every 20 to 50 questions you ask ChatGPT, it can consume a water bottle amount of fresh water in these HVAC systems. The problem is, with the growth of AI, current building management systems inside data centers, your HVAC, lighting, and water systems, are fragmented. They do not work or speak to each other, leading to millions of dollars wasted in energy costs. At Fluix, we've developed AMI. AMI stands for an artificial intelligence for managing infrastructure. It holistically connects your Schneider Electric HVAC to your Johnson Controls water pump while optimizing your Dell server to save energy. This is AMI's dashboard. It provides key efficiency metrics and insights on how to improve your facility and lower your energy bill. It works in 3 ways. We integrate with existing systems, we're all software. We find optimizations and insights, and then we send it to building controls to save up to 40% in energy cost. Now, we've proven that AMI works across 2 pilots, one with Nanyang Technology University, where we showed 33% in energy savings, and most recently our pilot customer, Solidion, saved 40% in energy costs autonomously with our AI. We've generated $75,000 in pilot revenue, and these pilots can transition to $850K in reoccurring revenue, and we've already transitioned Solidion from a pilot to a reoccurring revenue partner with our AI Insights dashboard. We've visited over 20 plus facilities, and with rising energy rates, carbon regulations, and AI demand, they're looking for more sustainable solutions like Fluix. But the problem is your existing automation and building control companies, they're only focused on homogeneous sites with the same brand and eras of HVAC systems. Fluix uses our proprietary multimodal AI to connect, control, and autonomously save more facilities energy. And a majority of fragmented data centers are not served by our current customer base. This is a $990 million opportunity. We also see opportunities to optimize power plants and manufacturing facilities because these are complex environments that are overlooked. That's a $32 billion SAM and a $78 billion TAM in the United States. Our monetization strategy is simple. We charge a monthly subscription fee on how many racks or square footage a building has. We first provide insights to show you how to improve your facility, then upsell to autonomous control. I'm a second-time founder. My previous company built patented liquid cooling technologies for data centers, and later I became a DoD thermal engineer. My CTO, Chase, is an AI researcher at UC Irvine previously, and later he built autonomous AI models for NASA and IBM. Together, we built a team of automation and data center experts. We're raising a $2 million pre-seed, of which we've already banked $515,000 in funding. If you're interested in helping us close our round, come speak to me afterwards. And again, my name is Abhi Sastry. We've built Fluix to save critical facilities on energy costs. Thank you again for this opportunity.
I'll start. Good job. So I think you were getting to this towards the end, but we had kind of cut off. How do you plan to spend the money that you raise?
So there's 4 ways. We've identified a market that's overlooked. We're spending the money on InfoSec requirements. Security is extremely important for us to be able to get into these data centers and be able to host our software. Second, we're spending the funds on our team to be able to have sales architects and implementation engineers for these large industrial data centers. And third, as I said, we've identified this market. We're focusing on areas where energy rates increase. We're going after data centers where carbon regulations are in place, so business development to go after these data centers that are underserved in these areas where energy rates increased.
Thank you.
You mentioned implementation. Can you speak to the onboarding process and how human intensive that is?
That's right. So these buildings are very complex. We built a data ingest model. It comes into a data center. It takes 2 weeks at the shortest. We read all the assets in the facility, and the AI figures out what is the communication protocol? How does this system work with this system? In 2 weeks, we're able to give them a dashboard on what their facility is, how it's looking, and how to optimize. It takes 3 months to go into automation control because we want to make sure the AI is making decisions that actually lower savings in mission-critical environments. It takes one person on our side and one person on their side.
What are you looking for in an investor? Where do you need help?
We are looking for investors that can get us access to these critical facilities, but they can also see the vision in not just how we decarbonize buildings, but also getting access to the world-class talent that we need to keep moving forward and building a billion-dollar business. What we want to have is investors that introduce us to clients, but also introduce us to talent pools to be able to go after these large industrial complexes.
What do you expect the average ticket price per customer to be? I mean, you're charging per unit, right? So, what are you averaging seeing? Like, is it 100 different sensors that you're monitoring? Is it 10? Is it 1,000? I just wondering, you had $10 and then $35. What are you looking at from a customer's perspective in terms of revenue?
So when I was a facilities manager, what we found is because of there's so much sensors in the place, there might be 7 different softwares to integrate into your environment. What we've seen is these are the majority of data centers in the United States. There's these small data centers. They spend $2 million a year on their energy. If we can save 40% on their energy costs, our ROI is incredibly immediate. No matter if the facility is 500 square feet or 100,000 square feet, we're able to quickly integrate and find the interaction between their environment. That's why the autonomous AI works across the different sensor networks and the HVAC system. So we're able to scale very quickly with the data ingest model that we found, and the product pays for itself by saving money and reaching sustainable energy goals.
But how much are they paying you? So I get that's the size. So are they paying you the $200K in that slide? Or are they...
In that slide, they're paying $200K. This is assuming 600 cabinets at $30 per month per cabinet.
Gotcha.
And there's also a model on portion of energy savings depending on the type of client.
What's your, what are you seeing so far as far as barriers to adoption? Obviously, you've been out, you guys have been at this before, great progress so far, it's great to see. You got your one pilot, you're converting them over. What are you seeing as barriers to adoption? Like, why would people not do this? It seems obvious from an ROI perspective.
There has to be a push for customers to really go after automation company that's new in the marketplace. But what we've seen is because of these carbon regulations, because energy rates have increased, they can't pass this down to their customers, the costs. That's why they're willing to take a look at us right now. What we have to do is show repeatability and security. That's why we want to be able to implement and really invest in this space. That's why we're looking for partners to go after. We've shown in our pilots that it's secure and it works. Now we want to scale for a larger customer. A barrier would be security, but that's why we're investing and using these funds right now. And we know the CISOs that can be able to help us get us there.
Great.
All right, looks like we're out of time. It flies when you're up here.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Also, from the early stage pitches, let's welcome Magic Log to the stage.
Hi. Okay. Remember the days when the companies started with $100 in the pocket and a great idea? This is Magic Log, a bootstrap company that started with a great idea to a profitable business, giving superpowers to small and medium logistics providers. In the logistics providers market, there are new digital players coming from Silicon Valley, promising the new era of the logistics, everything with technology. But what did the multinational companies like DHL, FedEx, C.H. Robinson? Well, they invest in digitalization as never before to protect their business from the threat of the new digital players. But what about the other 60% of the market that are the small and medium logistics players? They don't have the technological capabilities to digitize and to compete with the big whales and also with the new digital players. That's why we create Magic Log, that it's a white label platform to modernize and digitize the customer experience of small and medium logistics providers. With our technology, they can reduce 60% of the cost to serve their customers. They can increase 25% of the new and retained sales revenue. Also, they can make their operations 15% greener, and they can implement 3 times faster if they decide to implement this in-house. So at the end, we are offering to the small and medium logistics providers an all-in-one solution to compete with the big whales and with the digital players. With this platform, they can offer to their customers visibility, transparency, analytics, quote and booking online, cost management, and also capabilities to integrate with their customers. So a real success case that we have, it's a company that is based in New York. This is a medium-sized logistics providers. They manage all the ocean freight for Trader Joe's. All of us, we know Trader Joe's. But Trader Joe's was not happy because they were working with them 10 years ago, but they don't want more emails, the tons of emails on the tons of Excel files. So now Trader Joe's is happy because my logistics provider customer delivered to them a very real and digital platform to serve with all the transparency that they are requesting. Trader Joe's is happy, so my logistics customer is happy, I'm happy. I have a real competitive advantage, that is that our solution covers the end-to-end of the supply chain. There are other solutions in the market, but just for the international part or just for customs. My platform is an all-in-one solution where we can cover international customs, warehousing, distribution, PO management, and the end-to-end of the supply chain. Actually, I have customers that are coming from my competitors looking for me. The logistics market is big. It's a $1 trillion market, but we have a really clear focus in Americas that are United States and Latin America, where we find 25,000 companies, small and medium logistics providers, and we can get at least $70,000 per year per each customer. That is the average we have today. So we have a potential market of $2 billion. We want to reach at least the 2% in the next 3 years. We have been bootstrapping, growing 40% year by year, closing with almost $1 million of revenue last year, profitable business, happy customers, 0% of churn rate, and also customer asking to me for a 3 years contract. But the good news is that in November, when we open our first round, 3 of our customers offers to invest in our company. And we closed the first seed round with one of our customers that it's a corporate investor that invests $1.5 million to us on November. So now we want to reach in 3 years the 40 million. We are not IT people working in logistics ground. We have more than 40 years of combined experience in logistics, the logistics industry, coming from companies like DHL, like APL Logistics, and Panalpina, so we know what we are talking about. What are we looking for? We are looking for US-based strategic partners for growing, and we also want to start talking with investors because we are going to open a new Series A, our first Series A round before the end of this year. So I invite everybody here to make logistics magic together with me. Thank you.
What does the product roadmap look like, and have you considered other revenue streams beyond just the SaaS model?
Okay, product roadmap, right now that we cover the end-to-end of the supply chain, we want to start specifying and implementing more AI services. We already have some AI features in the platform, but there are a lot of opportunities to continue making automation in some processes that are still manual. So the process of AI in data quality, in data extraction from documents, and also in some customer services processes that we can also automatize for the customer. It's the next roadmap that we want to develop all around AI.
You mentioned earlier in one of the slides connectivity to any system, and so I understand the value that you're bringing to your customer, the one who's paying. Like, do you need people to adopt your system on the other side in order for it to work? Like, how does, give you a little bit of product, what does connectivity to any system mean? Do you guys have to build a bridge to everyone?
Well, as my system is the customer face for the logistics provider, we can connect with the operative systems that they already have, but also with the accounting system they already have. Actually, today we have connections with the most common and global logistics system that they are using for operations. We have already the connections. We also can connect with some system that they develop in-house. And today also we have connection with some of the main ocean carriers where we can take the additional information that can complement the operational system that my customer have.
Can you go back to the slide of where you cover the growth, the 40% year-over-year growth?
Yes.
I think it was one before that. But what's been your best sales channel to get these customers?
Sales challenge.
Sales channel.
Channel.
Okay, the average per customer.
Like, how are you getting your customers?
Okay, we go where our customers are because the logistics industry is very traditional. So we are doing the collaborations and connections with the specific logistics associations. For example, here in Miami, the Miami Beacon Council, the Trade and Logistics Committee, the Florida Customs Brokers and Freight Forwarding Association. So we want to start connecting with them, that we start doing right now, because we want to be where our customers are, participating in the events, to get spaces to present to them our product. So part of our strategy is to start doing the right connections with the associations of our customers are.
Regarding your team, are there any key hires you'll make with the funding?
Sorry, say again?
New people to hire on the team.
Yes.
What are you missing?
Actually, from the first round that we received, the first hiring we did was the CTO, because I was acting as CTO for 4 years. Now I have a new CTO that is coming for a nice startup that had a very good scale-up process. So my first priority was to cover the CTO part, and now I'm focused in increase the sales team and the growth team, because all the traction I mentioned, the $1 million before, was without sales team, just was organic. So now my focus are, after the CTO, about growth and development business team.
What are the customers that you have today? I think you mentioned you had 15 of them. Is that a replacement or in addition to, like, did you go in and replace, kind of win your business on top of, like, replace someone that they were already using? Or was you kind of net new to them and you just added into their workflow system because they were using Excel or something today? From a competitive set, it's really a competitor question. Do you have any competitors that you're running into when you meet with these SMEs out in the market?
Okay, yes. We have customers that are growing business with us. So there is also a percentage of cross-selling with the current customers we have, because we have customers that maybe today are serving just a piece of the supply chain, but they tell me, hey, I'm going to open now the customs broker service or the warehousing services, because also for the small and medium logistics providers, the strategy they have is to expand their portfolio in other services. So now I have customers that we are growing in this cross-selling, but also with new customers that are coming.
Thank you so much. We're out of time yet again. Great pitch. Thank you so much. All right, we are 2 startups away from wrapping this up. We're going to get some energy. Welcome out, B2Gov.
Have you ever tried to sell something to government? Probably most of you didn't. This is because the process could be so overwhelming that most of the people neither tried to do that. I am Paola Dieguez. I am the CEO and co-founder of B2Gov, and I am here to share with you why with B2Gov selling to government is achievable. During the 13 years that I have been working with 3M, leading government business, I had the opportunity to work very close to the dedicated team that was looking for all of the government opportunities in many, many sites. And sometimes, as they lose so many time to find it, when we really get it, we never have time to make a business proposal in a winning way. It is so difficult to sell to government that only 6% of the companies participate on the 15% of the GDP, which is the volume size that the government generates when they make buy-ins. The main reason why this happened is because the information is widespread everywhere in many places, and there is very few technological support and many manual processes inside the companies. This is why we exist. We exist to transform public procurement data into business opportunities for companies. But we do that in a very specific way. From one side, we collect the information for government portals. We do that in a very effective way, and we are the biggest government data procurement lab in Latin America. We have more than 5 million specifications for the demands for more than 10,000 public procuring entities all around Latin America. From the other side, we match the portfolio for our customers at the SKU level, and we mix everything with our proprietary methodology, and we develop the one-to-one personalized platform for our customers. When they access the platform, they can see strategic and operational tools, but the most important part is that they save and free up 80% of their time to stop looking for opportunities and dedicate their time to understand the market and prepare winning proposals. We are software as a service. We have nowadays 26 customers. Our retention rate is higher than 80%, and we have customers that have been working for us for the last 3 years to continue growing their government sales. In terms of the competitors, we are the only one company that have the granularity for the information, the product portfolio matching, and the sophistication for the report at the SKU level. In terms of the scalability, we are in the middle of the ecosystem that generates 15% of the GDP around the world, but to maintain, so there is no limit to escalate. But to maintain rationality for us, we are focusing in Latin America, and specifically this year in the healthcare market, because they have more of the capabilities we need to quick win. In terms of the results, we are delivering results since we born and launched the platform online in November 2020. But the most important achievement we have is that we won a contract for the Inter-American Development Bank last year in order to help them build their new market research tool in order to understand the market size for governments in Latin America, mixing or combining our data with their data so that they have new market research tool in order to better understand what is going on. Our team is the best. Our CTO is one of my best friends, but the most important part is that we have the capabilities to build a consolidated team that share values. We are passionate to solve real problems for our customers, and we deliver results. We are inviting all of the people, startups, VCs, and companies that want to enlarge and sell to government into effective and transparent way to come to talk to us. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can you talk about how you grow the pipeline and how long it takes to convert to an active customer?
Yes, for sure. Well, we develop our own business analytics. So we have the two coins of the story. We know who are selling. So we develop an internal tool in order to know their behavior, and we connect them through an outbound sales strategy. So it depends on the size of the company. If it is a multinational company, probably it took us, on average, 8 months, 6 months. And smaller companies, well, have faster processes.
I'm curious about the retention rate, because my gut instinct would be that companies would no longer need the service after they've achieved the onboarding or the sale. What value are you adding beyond that kind of initial inroad to the government?
Let me try to figure out if I understand the question.
Sure.
So you're asking me about the retention rate? Why we lose the customers we lose, or why you're returning?
No, on the contrary, what value are you adding once the customers have kind of achieved the sale with the government, as opposed to that being the initial value proposition?
Well, if they do normal business with governments, they continue consuming our platform because we inform the opportunities on average 5 hours till the government publish the information, and they access by SKU level all the reports with the analytics for the last 33 years, with all of the information for the competitors, the demand, the competitors, and the prices. So this is why they continue working with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Over to me. So everyone turned their head at the same time. As far as governments, we have a couple of portfolio companies that sell to governments. It's a very the US government specifically, it's a very challenging process. They have to have partners and consultants, et cetera. What are you finding? I noticed a couple of different countries that you're able to work for. Is it similar from government to government, or is it different from government? Is the process the same? And where are you finding most of your traction today in terms of which countries?
All of the government buy in the same way. Probably there are some different thresholds in terms of direct purchases or a bid or public bid or international bid. But the thing that we found is that the data can be interconnected in a standard, which is called the Open Contracting Data Standard. We use this in our laboratory. So without taking into account how the government publish the information we collect in the same way, so that we can consume with the same tools for all of the countries. So we can nearly connect all of the countries, and we spend nearly 3 months to connect a new country mostly. So this is one of our baseline to continue working.
Mm-hmm. Can you go into the pricing again, how you priced?
Yes. Here we go. Depending on the services and the size of the portfolio, we start our raise in $100 if it is a small company that wants to serve governments. But if it is a multinational company, which is the portfolio is much more complex and bigger, we charge them $2,000, $2,500 by month, by country. So depends on the size of the company mostly and the portfolio.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with the size of the contract that may get awarded.
Yes, and it depends on the services, because there are some more basic services and much more complex ones.
And what is the plan if you win the money? What are you intending to do?
Well, nowadays, at the very beginning, we are finishing the new platform for the Inter-American Development Bank, and we don't really know what is going to happen with governments after doing that because of the impact of the contract itself. And then we are preparing all of the process to scale up the company. So we need to improve part of the especially commercial processes to be able to scale, because the idea is not to charge more to our customers, but to help other companies to get into the markets in order that we can help to the world to improve transparency and competition in the government markets, because few companies participate.
All right, that wraps up the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
our final startup of the evening. Give it up and welcome to the stage, Evolve.
Who here has watched someone they love suffer from an illness and felt helpless? Since I was a boy, I've watched my mother suffer from multiple sclerosis and seen the failure of healthcare. And as a data scientist, I wonder how we can change that with the power of artificial intelligence. Did you know that the COVID vaccine was designed by computers in a matter of weeks? That speed changed our lives. Now imagine if we could do the same for antibodies, some of the most impactful medicines on the planet. Antibodies treat diseases like cancer and autoimmune disorders like arthritis. In fact, the #1 and #2 selling medicines in the world are antibodies. It's a $250 billion market that is set to double in the next 4 years. Now, to discover antibodies today, scientists will inject animals like bunnies and llamas with diseases like cancer and AIDS and harvest those poor animals' blood and organs to find the antibodies hidden within. It's an inhumane process, and it fails 90% of the time, costing $7 billion every single year. And those failures are keeping life-saving medicines from reaching the people that we care about. It's clear that we need a fundamental change, and that's where we come in. At Evolve, we leverage advances in computation like artificial intelligence to transform the process of antibody discovery for biotechs and pharmaceutical companies around the world. We use our technology to generate antibody sequences like the one you see here. This is the recipe to make the #2 selling drug in the world, an antibody called Humira. It does $20 billion a year in sales. And this is what we sell, antibody sequences. And compared to traditional discovery, we're a massive improvement. And we're able to do this in weeks instead of months. Now, our customers pay us for those antibody sequences, and from that moment, we're already profitable by 80%. Then they pay us again for exclusivity on those sequences, and then they pay us again to acquire the rights to patent those sequences. We're faster, easier, and less expensive than any other AI-based antibody design company out there. And since launching our product in May of last year, we've signed 34 deals, including with 4 of the top pharmaceutical companies. Deals like these normally take 24 to 36 months, but we were able to sign these size of deals in 6, and that's what's made Evolve a profitable company. And we're poised for explosive growth over the next couple of years while maintaining a 75% profit margin. And these numbers are without us raising any capital. Our team is led by experts in artificial intelligence and antibody design, with veterans helping us from the many companies you see here. But the vision for Evolve is more than what we've just accomplished to date. You see, Humira, the #2 selling drug in the world, it can fail in 70% of the patients it's prescribed to. And that's because medicine today is designed for the disease, not the person. That is what has kept my mother sick for most of my life. But what if we could design medicine just for you to fight cancer and the hundreds of other diseases that antibodies can treat? That's the future we envision at Evolve. We've opened a $3 million round. We already have a lead investor, 2/3 of the round circled up, and a term sheet. So if you think you're the right investor for us and like to join us on our mission, please reach out. Together, let's transform medicine. Together, we can make medicine as unique as you are. And together, we can evolve how medicine is designed. Thank you.
I spent a few years in big pharma and MLRC, medical, regulatory, legal, and compliance were a big headache. Can you give us the high level of how this impacts what you're building?
Yeah, so interestingly enough, we don't actually deal with regulatory at all at our stage. We're selling to the research and development organizations in these companies. And so it's much earlier stage. The regulatory path is really leveraged by our customers, and so that reduces our risk. Now, over time, as we start to move into the personalized medicine space, along with the challenge of the science, right? Because as you saw, we have a 5% hit rate. We need to be at an 80% hit rate to really get to personalized medicine. And then you have the regulatory hurdles, right? Because the regulators don't understand how to personalize medicine. We're starting to see some of that in cell therapy today, but it's a big challenge. And then, of course, how do you pay for this, right? Because the system is not set up for personalized medicine today. So those are some of the challenges we're looking at. Does that answer the question you asked?
Thanks. Yeah. You mentioned you have 34 deals. What is total revenue and average contract value of those?
So since we launched our sales, we've done $750,000 in just the first quarter this year. The average contract value, risk-adjusted net present value, is about $45,000, but most of our customers aren't paying us all up front. Some of them do. Some of them will pay that $45,000, and then they don't have to worry about the back ends or exclusivity. But most of them will pay us up front. It's in the tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars up front. The recurring payments are in the tens of thousands of dollars per year, and then the buyout is 6 figures.
And what's your actual cost to develop these sequences?
Less than $500.
In each contract, are they buying one sequence?
No, we deliver 96 sequences to them because the hit rate is, in a 5% range.
Yeah.
So, well, it's actually approaching now 24%. So we're delivering 96 sequences to them. And so if you think about the traditional discovery process, that's actually the very end point after injecting animals and then they make the antibodies. Here, they're just making them right away at the very end, so that reduces months of testing.
What, from a competitive set, this is obviously a space that there's a huge opportunity, right? It costs a ton of money, there's a bunch of failures, and the expense of the drugs that make it kind of covers for the expense of the drugs that don't. From a competitive side, I mean, it seems like an obvious thing at the way you priced it, $20,000 to $50,000 for these large companies to do it. How is Evolve better than the other competitors out there? You mentioned, you kind of said, we're better than them, we're faster than them, et cetera. Like, what are you guys doing that's so unique and different in that we don't know yet, right? You guys just started these contracts, we don't know, okay, yeah, you say 5%, you say 24%, those all sound wonderful. We don't know, like, who's actually going to make drug development costs go down, which is essentially what you're doing.
Yeah, that's a great question. So because we don't actually, our customers actually buy out the drugs before they ever reach clinic because they can't patent them without buying them from us. It's our intellectual property. We're selling intellectual property. In terms of the competition, almost all the companies that are in the AI-enabled drug discovery space are developing drugs for themselves. But we operate as a service business. So rather than trying to mine for gold, we're offering the picks and shovels. And so we don't have the risk associated with the development costs. And so as long as we can reach a point in which they patent, which is before they go to clinic, that's where we see the biggest return. Now in the future, we'd love to have milestones and royalties, but that'll be after the scientists at the companies actually see the value of what we're providing them. And then we'll start to see deals instead of the millions, tens of thousands, we'll start to see deals in the billions.
I want to build off of that. What is your moat? And I guess from a kind of proprietary algorithm, is it built on top of an existing LLM, or did you guys build most of that yourselves?
No, 65% of our technology has been built in-house. 35% of it's open source. But we do protein language models, so we're not doing large language models. In terms of the moat, we keep everything a trade secret. So the way that we operate inside the business is there's actually only one person who knows how the entire system works. It's not even me. And so when we hire people, they're working on individual parts of the system, so nobody knows exactly how the whole thing works. And we had a major breakthrough in November 2022, and that's what made us decide to go commercial. We were able to solve a problem that has basically been very, very challenging to solve from a technical perspective, and no one knows how it works. I mean, I know how it works because I'm a data scientist, but I can't run the platform. I'm not the CTO, so yeah.
I think that's it for questions then. Thank you so much. We'll wrap it up.
Awesome job.
What was that? Wow. Elisa, it takes so much courage to get up here in front of this packed auditorium and pitch your idea, right?
It's nerve-wracking, and they did a phenomenal job. We're going to ask the judges now and Tami to go back and please deliberate.
You guys were very tough. Tami, you're a tough cookie.
Tough. I'm tough on time.
Tough. One more round of applause for the founders who came on stage. We're going to ask you guys to go deliberate, exit stage right. Melissa, we have more announcements.
We do. As I mentioned yesterday morning and this morning, we partnered with Delta on a giveaway. I hope you all tweeted earlier today your bucket list destination. And we have one lucky winner that we hope is here in the audience that is about to win a pair of tickets on Delta One, which is ultra luxurious. And drum roll.
Yes. Get some drum roll.
Drum roll,
So
drum roll,
the
drum roll.
second winner of the Delta One Challenge.
Ryan Lilly.
Ryan Lilly, where are you?
Are you here?
Woo! Amazing.
And
get on here, Ryan.
Come up here. Something very special is that he tweeted about a trip he wants to take with his daughter, which tugs at our heartstrings.
Oh, and we have the team from Delta here to congratulate you right over here.
Thank you, Delta. Let's take a quick picture.
We're going to do a winner photo with Ryan. Thank you.
Ryan, where are you taking your daughter?
Australia.
Australia. That's amazing. That's on my bucket list, too. Hey, let us know where you're going.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Delta.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Congratulations and safe travels.
So besides the over $500,000 that one lucky winner, one lucky company is about to get, we also have sponsors and partners of eMerge that offer other prizes, additional prizes. And one of them offered an additional $10,000 grant, another $10,000, to a special challenge, essentially, that these founders had to create throughout this 7-week process. And here to talk a little bit about the challenge is someone who is no stranger to Miami Tech. He's a serial entrepreneur, very well known, and he is the founder of 8Base, a dear friend, Albert Santalo. Please come on out.
Guys, let's give it up for Albert. Come on, we can do better than that. Come on. Albert, welcome to the stage.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. You forgot to mention this is my 10th eMerge. So
yes, that's right.
Year.
OG.
Yeah, so anyway, thank you all very much. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Daniel. And thank you to our judges. We're here to talk about the Archie AI Challenge. The Archie AI Challenge is something near and dear to our hearts. You know, I'm the founder and CEO of 8Base. We built Archie, our AI product architect, to help anyone who wants to bring a software product to life, to express it as a simple prompt, and go all the way through software design development in 15 minutes or less, something that would take months and months and months to do. And so we came up with this great idea to have all the startup showcase companies use Archie, define their products, and then we created this AI judge that consumed all this massive amount of data, used LLMs from OpenAI, from Anthropic, and from Google to measure each one of the competitors' entries, and then come up with a set of 5 finalists, and then ultimately recommend a winner to a panel of human judges, which include Anton Fajardo from McKinsey & Company, Elizabeth Pignon from Venture City. We have Joanna McCullough from Tech Equity Miami, and Saif Ishu from Lab 22C, and then me. And so Archie came up with 5 finalists. The 5 finalists were Dapta, iFly, Legislade, Rema, Virtual Learning of America. I met all these companies. I looked at what Archie said about them. They were all incredibly deserving of being on that top 5 list. But there can only be one winner. And the winner is Legislade.
Woo! Come on up. 10 grand coming your way.
Legislade, congratulations. Let's keep the applause going.
Woo! Let's go.
That's right. Come claim your prize. This is awesome.
Congratulations.
Congrats. Let's take a quick picture.
Congrats, guys.
I'm wearing the Archie colors. Yes, so go in the middle. Go in front of him. Check. All right. Oh my God, wait.
All right, give it up. Legislate. Albert, thank you so much. The
Thank you.
team. Thank you for your continued support of eMerge year after year after year. Thank you.
Those funds will definitely go a long way.
And we still have more money to give out.
I mean, this is incredible.
I mean, gifts keep on coming on the 10th anniversary of eMerge.
So our next incredible, long-standing partner and supporter, 35 Mules, powered by FPL. It is the first in-house innovation hub backed by a global energy leader. Amazing. And it is awarding the first place startup in our university category with a $30,000 grant. Please welcome to the stage the manager of 35 Mules, Danielle Mousseau.
Come on out, Danielle.
$30,000. I think we can give her a round of applause. All right.
Before Danielle and before the three of us announce the winner, I just want to say, Danielle, thank you so much. Not only the support of eMerge, but the support of the community, the support of entrepreneurs. You are doing a fabulous job, and I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for everything that you do for us, for the founders. It's incredible.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. We're so excited to present this award.
All right, are we ready on
Should
three?
we announce it together?
Let's do it together. Okay.
And the winner is
AutoCAT, who you just heard pitch.
Woo!
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congrats, just pitched and already won 30,000.
Let's get a little closer for the photo, don't be shy.
And still, you know, maybe might win more.
Miami me lo confirmó, congratulations.
And I think it's important to say you're a veteran, right? You as well, Navy? Thank you for your service. Round of applause, honestly. Thank you for your service.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Free to take your big fat check. And fingers crossed for the next prize.
I know, it's coming up soon. I think you're gonna check to see.
So our judges have been deliberating while we have been giving these prizes away.
We're
Voy a ir a ver cómo va la cosa.
And I'm gonna keep on giving prizes out because we're gonna keep on, the gift that keeps on giving here at eMerge. So another one of our sponsors at eMerge is here for the Startup Accelerator Showcase is JP Morgan. And JP Morgan Chase is now the sponsor of Inter Miami, and it's now called Chase Stadium. So the JP Morgan team, led by Ashraf, is giving the winner of the $520,000 investment that we're waiting for a seat at tomorrow night's game, at the Inter Miami game. And we hear Messi's feeling better, so maybe you'll be able to see Messi play as well. So we have $520,000 and a game on the line tomorrow. Potentially meet Messi. You're going to be in a suite. Are they ready?
So if you have no date for tomorrow, please take me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Any extra tickets?
Yes, I'm free tomorrow. I am so excited. Thank you so much, JP Morgan, and our judges are ready.
They're ready?
Yes.
Wow.
You guys wanna come
All right,
on out?
come on out.
Tami, lead the way.
Woo! Oh my gosh.
So exciting.
So exciting.
Who is making the announcement?
So, I want to say thank you to everyone, and thank you to
Can
Daniel
I have you guys just
as
step
well.
to the front a little
Closer.
bit? That's right.
And to Daniel for really running such an incredibly robust program year after year. And I want to just thank eMerge so much. And Mel, your team is remarkable. Truly, teamwork makes the dream work. And so the judges had quite a deliberation back there. But I want to hand it over to Mark to say a few words.
Yeah, thank you, Tami, and thank you to Medina Ventures and the whole crew. eMerge has been phenomenal. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years. It's quite a success. We're happy to be here and be supportive of it. I know every one of the judges are as well. You guys put us up to a really difficult task. Those are some great companies, all five of those pitches.
We were hearing them and seeing them.
Yeah.
No easy feat you guys have.
Each year, it seems like if it's possible, the bar keeps getting raised for the companies that show up
Glad I'm
here.
not involved in the judging.
So it was great. So we had a very difficult challenge back there. We were being forced and pressed to move forward. Sorry for the delay. But I think all companies are worried, all five of these companies. This is really hard to come up here and pitch. Those guys had to do their pitch at least 3 times. And I think everyone, there was sort of not a mistake to be seen. But we deliberated back there. We do have a winner, and that winner is Drum
Woo! Oh my God, we need
Drum roll,
something.
please.
We need
That winner is
yes,
Evolve.
yes.
Go to Evolve is the winner.
Andrew from Evolve, come on out. Woo! Incredible. Woo, Andrew. How amazing.
Congratulations.
All right, we got to take a picture, Dad.
Let's do a group photo, everybody.
Wonderful, yeah.
Can I get everybody to come to the front? Get a little closer to the front. Come on, Tami. This good? Okay. Manny, for the photo. No, you're fine. Come on, you want to hold this head?
Money ain't a thing, club jumping like LeBron now. Bowl it, order me another round. Homie, we about to clown. Wow, this is about to go down. Swing your body.
Face the money. All right.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
You were awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Congrats
Can
again,
I actually ask the people that are here to not leave the room yet, because we have one final thing to do for this ending, and I really want Melissa and Manny to experience this. So we started our event with an affirmation. I want us to end it on an affirmation. Can I ask everybody in the room to get up for a couple of seconds? That's right. Get up, eMerge Americas. Can I ask our AV team to give us some epic ending music? That's right. Because when you double down on what you learned here today, when you double down on the meaningful connections that were made here, you will be shaping the future of your companies and your industries. We don't need the so-and-sos and the copycats eMerge. We need the new, original, emerging voices that are going to come out of this room. Are you going to be those voices? Say I.
I.
Are you going to shape the future? Say I. Are you going to come back to eMerge next year? Say I. Woo! Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you at the beach party.
Thank you, Mariana.